Yesterday morning, I said that Shimron Hetmyer is West Indies' leading performer, best performing ODI batsman. It started a debate with persons coming up with different names. They come up with Hope, Irwin, this young man from Trinidad, what's his name? Lewis, Evan Lewis. They cited Nicholas Pooran. And so there was a lively debate going on, which I welcome. But what struck me in that debate, though, is that here West Indies have 4 batsmen averaging above 35 in ODI cricket, yet still we are unable to get the 4 of them to play at the same time. That was the most significant thing to me about the debate. This morning, I'm going to tell you why I choose Hetmyer as the best performing West Indies ODI batsman. I'm also going to look at the playing 11 for the ODI match coming up tomorrow against India. I will look at both teams playing 11. And then I will report on the suggestion of an Indian journalist who's covering this series. Hello everyone, and welcome to the show. Please slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. And remember our official partner, OneWinBet. Their link are in the video description. Please register with them. Now, one of my great attributes is my ability to separate issues. And when I speak specifically yesterday morning of Hetmyer performances in ODI for the West Indies, I have made it clear that Hetmyer average of 20 in T20 cricket while playing for the West Indies does not guarantee him a sure pick in the West Indies T20 team. And I can separate that from his performance in the ODI team. Now, one of the big arguments that came yesterday morning was that Shea Hope average is 50. I want to say that maybe when we were little boys growing up, or even 20 or even 10 years ago, the average of a batsman was the overriding KPI which we use from a data analyst to determine the consistency of a batsman over his career. I am not talking about the high test, how a batsman looks, about the strokes that he plays. I am talking about analyzing his data, his performance data. And so for many years, we use the average. That has not changed. However, with the increase in technology and an increase in data analysis, we now not only use the batsman average to determine his performance, especially in white ball cricket. I was going to say something about Hope, but I'm going to concentrate on my player, Hetmyer. And when I say my player, I mean my player in this debate. He's my player in this debate. Someone asked me about a month or 2 ago, who's my favorite West Indies cricketer? And I answered the person and said, they are all my favorite cricketers. But the one who's performing at the moment is my more favorite. So I go off performance. Now, Hetmyer average, batting average, is 35 plus, 35 something. I do not remember exactly 35 how much, but let's say 35. His strike rate in ODI cricket is 106. That means when Hetmyer makes 100 for the West Indies, he do so on an average of 96 deliveries if you're going by the stats. However, of the 5 centuries that Hetmyer made in ODI cricket for West Indies, all of them came up before he faced 96 deliveries. So but going by the average of 96, his strike rate of 106. Sorry, going by his average strike rate of 106, and going by his batting average of 35 plus and 106 plus, when you compare those two, Hetmyer KPI, the matrix that we now use to measure batsmen in ODI cricket and T20 cricket, because it doesn't make sense you have an average of 50, 60, 70, but yet still your strike rate is at 60 and 70. So to really measure a batsman's value in white ball cricket, you have to combine his average and with how fast he scored. And so when you combine Hetmyer average of 35 plus and 106 plus, you get 142. That is more than Nicholas Pooran, who is in second position at 139, and more than 𝚎𝚜𝚜𝚝 and Evan Lewis, both in the 120, especially Lewis, who is in just about 120, 36 and 84, I think is just about 120. 𝚎𝚜𝚜𝚝 75 and 50 is just about 127. So when it comes to productive wise, when it comes to effectiveness wise, Hetmyer, in my opinion, and I'm just giving my side of the debate, I'm just giving my position. I know many will not agree with my position, but that's my position. And just like how the debate was lively and decent and respectful yesterday, I know that the debate will continue, but I'm giving my perspective. It doesn't make sense you bat and you average 50 and 60 and 70, but yet still your strike rate is low. I need to say something else about Shimron Hetmyer. In that 80% of the time when Shimron Hetmyer scores 100 batting for the West Indies in ODI cricket, the West Indies won the match. So he had scored 5 centuries, and 4 out of those 5 times, the West Indies won the match. In fact, and I'm not taking a dig at 𝚎𝚜𝚜𝚝 here, or 𝚎𝚜𝚜𝚜𝚜, however you pronounce it. The only time that Shimron scored a century and the West Indies did not win the match, you would remember in 2018, when 𝚎𝚜𝚜𝚜𝚜 faced 52 balls for his 31. In the same match that Shimron Hetmyer scored 106 off 78 deliveries, 𝚎𝚜𝚜𝚜 took 51 balls to make 32 runs. And he was widely criticized as the reason why West Indies lost that match. Because India went on to win the match by 8 wickets. Incidentally, in also that match, not Devon Thomas, or Shane Thomas bowled his 9 overs for 83 runs. And I think that was the last match he played against India. So that is why I am saying that Shimron Hetmyer, is our most effective and best performing batsman in ODI cricket. But the bigger point that I do not want to lose on any of us, and this is a really big point, the debate may continue as who is best. But the big point is that if we have 3 batsmen in ODI cricket averaging above 35, not 3, 4. If we have 4 batsmen in ODI cricket averaging above 35, and their strike rate is above 80 in the case of 3 of them, and I see where Hope is working hard to get his strike rate up. If we have those 4 batsmen, why can't we have all 4 in the team at the same time? Imagine have Lewis, Pooran, Hetmyer, and Hope in a West Indies ODI squad. And you probably back that up with someone like King and Mayers, and you have Atanase and Mackenzie waiting in the wing. That's not a bad batting lineup. So that's the bigger point. Not the debate. The debate may continue long, and we may have a few drinks and we give our different opinions, and we do not have to agree. But just look at the bigger picture. These 4 batsmen in a West Indies ODI team, all 4 of them, and we will have a much better team. Now, let me go through my playing 11 for tomorrow. Now, as usual, I'll open with King and Myers. Now, yesterday we looked at the West Indies squad that was selected for this ODI series. Many of us did not agree with the squad. Some of us agree with the squad. But the bottom line is that the squad has been picked. And those are the players that are going to represent us. So we criticized them yesterday and we gave our opinion and we gave our views. But then yesterday is gone. Now it is time for us to rally around those 15 guys that have been selected. Whether we agree with their selection or not, it is time. I am now sounding the rallying cry. We may not agree with their selection, as I said, but it is time now for us to back these 11 players and pray and hope that they will do their best so that we can beat India. India is not an easy team to beat in ODI cricket. They're a star-studded side. But let's rally around our boys because they are our team, and only these guys can win the match for us. I will go with King and Myers to start the innings. And while Myers' performance at the recently concluded Cricket World Cup qualifiers in Zimbabwe was nothing to write home about, because of his bowling and because I need a 6 bowling option in the team, in case one of my bowlers do not bowl well, I will need Myers to bowl some overs. So I'll go in with Myers as a 6th bowling option. I will have Hetmyer batting at 3. Surely I will have Hetmyer batting at 3. Hope said his preferred position now is to bat at 4. I know many of us do not agree with Hope batting at 4. But if the captain decided that he is going to bat at 4, let's go with him. Hetmyer, who scored all of those centuries for the West Indies, batting at either 4 or 5, will slot in at number 5 and Carty at number 6. I would have Sinclair, the off spinner, and then I would have Drakes. Now the choice really come down between Drakes, and it was between Drakes and Shepherd and Seals. And I just want to give Seals a little more time, and I am going with Drakes ahead of Shepherd. That's my position. Now, it may differ from some of you, but this is my playing 11. Once Moti is fit, he's in my team. Joseph, as I said, I would have rested Joseph, but Joseph is in the squad, and he should play because he's our premium fast bowler. I would not have Thomas in the squad, but I am going to trust the West Indies selectors, and I'm going to trust the recruiting and the scouting that they are doing and the assessment of Thomas. And I would love to see Joseph and Thomas bowling at 150 plus, bowling those 2 new balls at the Indian batsmen. And that would be my playing 11. Now, when I look at the Indian playing 11, it was very difficult to select the Indian playing 11. And I'm not yet quite settled in my mind. But I think they're going to open with the captain Sharma and with him Gill. Kohli will bat at 3 as he does in ODI cricket. I am wondering if they're going to play 𝚒𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 or Gaikwad. If Gaikwad is playing, you will expect Gaikwad to open with Sharma, Gill at 3 and Kohli at 4. But if Gaikwad is not playing and they're going with Yadav, 𝚒𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, the man them called Sky, he will come in at 4 and Kohli will push it up to 3 and Gill will open the innings. I think they will go with Yadav. In T20 cricket, Yadav is absolutely devastating. He's probably the best T20 batsman of all time. He plays shots all around the wicket. I'll go with Ishan Kishan to keep the wicket ahead of Sanju Samson, being the fact that Ishan Kishan has been in the West Indies now for almost a month, and I've got the familiarity with the conditions and made that half century and a man who have scored, I heard that he scored the fastest double in ODI cricket. So I'll have Christian at 5, and he will be the wicket keeper. Hardik Pandey, the vice captain, who will bat at 6 and will provide some, well, he's more than medium pace because he's capable of bowling 140 km per hour. So he will be the third seamer. He will bat at 6, Hardik Pandey, and will be the third seamer in the Indian team. Jadeja will come in at 7. Now, I would have Chahal, the right-arm leg spinner, will be in my team. Now, when it comes down to the left-arm orthodox spinner, although Jadeja is in the team already, I think they're going to play 3 spinners and 3 pacers. And that's why it really comes down to Kuldeep and Axar Patel. Patel will definitely add more batting to the team, but Kuldeep may be the better spinner. I will go with Kuldeep Yadav. And they're going to go with the fastest bowler in their team, Umran Malik. And we saw what Mohammad Siraj did in the test series. So that's my Indian team. Now, recently, a number of persons have been criticizing, and I'm coming to your comments very shortly. Recently, a number of persons have been criticizing the West Indies team. Some have even gone as far as to say, ill-advised they are. Some have even gone as far as to say that the ICC should ban West Indies from Test cricket. That is ill-advised. But the first thing that usually comes to my mind when I hear it is, what are these guys' agenda? Because we are still beating Ireland, we are still beating Bangladesh, we still beat Sri Lanka, we still beat England in Test cricket. So what is their agenda? Why they want us to be banned from Test cricket? When India was bowled out for 45 or 36, I think, against Australia a few years ago, I never heard anyone saying that we should ban India from Test cricket. When Australia was bowled out for 77 against India in February this year, I never heard anyone saying that we should ban Australia from Test cricket. There was one guy in particular from India who came out and saying, I think his name is Ashok Gupta or something like that, who he played 10 test matches for India and averages 23. That means that as poor as this West Indies team is, he could not make it. As poor as this West Indies team is, Ashok Gupta, what's his name, could not make this West Indies team. So he in particular needs to shut up and sit down. But there's one of the commentators in the West Indies, and his name is Deep. His name is Deep, coming up a minute, Deep Dasgupta. And he put forward an opinion. He put forward an idea. They were talking about what could be done to West Indies cricket. And they were talking about the fact that after the test matches that was played, that finished 2 days ago, the West Indies red ball team will not be playing any more cricket until January. And so that's what Dasgupta said. That leads me to an idea, which is, if West Indies cricket can identify a few players, and the BCCI, which is a board of control for cricket in India, agrees to allow these players to play first-class cricket here in India. And he was saying that first-class cricket in India, it happens for a couple of months, October and November. During October and November, if West Indies and India, the BCCI can work it out, because the Ranji Trophy in India, the regulation governing the Ranji Trophy is not as the same regulation governing county cricket in England. The Ranji Trophy does not allow foreigners to play it. And so he said, if that can happen, West Indies can release 4 to 5 of their youngsters like Mackenzie and Alec Athanaze, and a few of their predominantly red ball fast bowler. In India, we have 38 first-class side. We can easily absorb 4 or 5 or 6 players like that, which could be great help to West Indies cricket and make them more competitive. So despite all the noise that West Indies should be banned from playing Test cricket, here is one man. Whether you agree with his suggestion or not, here is one man putting forward a suggestion, putting forward an idea. Please remember to slash a like on the video and click on that subscribe button. I'm pleased and happy that you're here. And good morning to all of you who have commented. I will now go through some of your comments. I am surprised Powell even made the squad. But as I said, Matt Pryor, we dealt with that yesterday. I am surprised. But now that that has passed and they are selected, we have to support this team. I will say I was very surprised. But if Powell plays tomorrow, I want him to make 100. So that is my position. Surprised as I may be, I will now have to support the team. Seems like they finally hear my cry and drop Hussein. That was from, yes, we looked at that yesterday. He made like 30 runs in qualifier and dropped like 7 catches. So the debate has been raging about Powell. So, and all of you have your opinion. It is the opposite. We should play more cricket. We had late Test cricket and we do it only 2 matches. How they expect cricket to develop with limited game time. Yes, Anthony Evans. Deep Das Guspa also referred to that. He cited that West Indies need to play the top teams in Test cricket more often. But it is just not practically possible at this time. And that's why he came up with that decision. I look at this West Indies team play against India in the 2-match series. And I'm telling you the truth, from match 1 to match 2, despite the pitch, in my opinion, we did a very good job in the second test. Clive Samuels, Carrier have to be in the team. Clive Samuels, I don't know why you come now and telling me that Carrier has to be in the team. When I invited you on the show this morning and you duck, you hide. You wanted to come on the show. I asked you to come on the show. I wanted you to come on the show this morning. And now you are here putting in your comment when you are hiding. You are hiding, Clive Samuels. You're afraid to come. You cannot come to the crease. You are hiding. Richard Eastman said, overall, the name squad is a good team. Okay, thank you for that, Richard. I know persons agree that it's a good team. Some don't agree, but it's always good for you to express your opinion. It's always good for you to express your opinion, and I'm glad that you think it's a good team. The bottom line is, though, we have to support those that are playing. BCCI is a selfish board. Don't they ever allow foreigners? Their local tournament are purely for the development of their youngsters. Nothing wrong with being selfish, Anthony Evans. We are all selfish, and we have to protect what is ours. It's not every country is like Jamaica, where Jamaica allows all the student athletes from the Caribbean who wants to come here to develop their talent are welcome in Jamaica. It's not everyone is as open arms as we Jamaican Anthony Evans. So I understand, but nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. And maybe BCCI and the CWI can work it out. I feel that the squad is a batsman shot. Good point, Sheldon. Good point, that Sheldon. I have the same feeling that it's a batsman shot. Good morning, Facebook users. This person from Facebook. Good morning. How are you? Welcome. The ground will be mostly empty tomorrow, unfortunately. Hopefully Saturday has much a better crowd. Now you can get tickets now at the box office at the Kensington Oval. At Kensington Oval, they are presently selling tickets there. If you go down to Kensington Oval now, you will get tickets for the game. So you don't have to wait until tomorrow. You go and join the line to buy ticket, and then you have to join a line to go in. But although what Supernova 22 is saying that the ground will be mostly empty, so maybe you will not have to join a line anyhow. but it is open. You can go and buy your ticket. And when you buy your ticket online, you will get a 20% discount if you buy your ticket online. I think Sammy maybe wants 2 spinners. Since 2 spinners were in both T20 World Cup team, we won. But in my 11, we have Sinclair and Murty in my 11. We have two spinners in that 11. So Orb, King, Carty, Etty, Atanes, Mayer, Shepherd, Carrier, Murty, Seals, and O'Shane. That is Supernova 22-11. Now you can, Supernova 22, you can register with 1-win bet and name your 11. There's good odds on that 11. So you could win some money if that is 11 that played tomorrow. Just register with 1-win bet and make a deposit and make a bet, and you'll be able to win some money. We need Fabian Allen to play test. Quincy, we cannot play Fabian Allen in test cricket when Fabian Allen is not playing any cricket anywhere. I saw him playing in the global T20 in Canada. But that is the first time Fabian Allen is playing cricket after last year's CPL T20. So we may want these things to happen, but rationally, they can't happen if the player doesn't take the responsibility and make himself available to play red ball cricket and to play enough cricket so that we can select them. So that's the bottom line, Quincy. I know your passion and I know you love Fabian, but Fabian needs to play cricket. I think Powell is in the team because Nicky P is not available. Well, as I said, I'm going to support Powell because he's in the squad, but I would have preferred to go with Kirk McKenzie over Powell. Powell is not the finisher we are making him out to be. His strike rate in ODI cricket is 84, 85, I think, and his average is 23. Now, I want to support the team, but when I look at Powell, when I look at Powell's statistics, I am not going to talk about the 10 teams, the other 9 teams that were at the World Cup qualifiers. He could not make any of those 9 teams. I doubt whether he could make a team like Jersey or Denmark or Italy. You know, but yet still, he's the vice captain of the West Indies. And I didn't want to go down there. I want to continue the support. I didn't want to go there. I should not have said that because we have done with that from yesterday. Now we are moving on to rallying around the West Indies. And hopefully, as I said, if Powell play tomorrow, he will make 100 and he will make probably a 78-ball 100 and shut me up. But wish him all the best. I wish him the absolute all the best tomorrow if he plays. And should he comes on as an emergency fielder, I hope he prevents the singles in the circle. And I hope he prevents the 2 on the boundary. And I hope if he get a chance, he will take the catch. Why don't West Indies recruit Indian former cricketers as coaches? Batting, bowling, and fielding. Over to you, Mr. Reds. Keith Aaron, welcome to the show. Welcome. You are such a staunch supporter of Robin Singh. And I know that you are backing Robin Singh to be the next coach of West Indies. Continue to go where your heart is, Keith Aaron. You said to support even during World Cup qualifier. What happened? I will say no T20 players should be part of the T20. What happened in pressure situation? They go for big shots and West Indies lose. No T20 players should be part of the T20. Sunil Kumar Singh, I don't quite get it. So I don't know if you want to rephrase, but I don't quite get it. So here's a Facebook user saying, I think we as people have to continue to support the West Indies team and start to send positive energy to the team so that the guys can do better. We do that, Facebook user, we do that. We send positive energy. But it's just like I criticize my son. I criticize myself. I criticize my partner. I criticize my wife. But that doesn't mean that I don't praise them also. It doesn't mean I don't praise myself also. So it is twofold. We cannot, when West Indies lose, we are hurt. And we cannot sit back when we are hurt and don't say it and don't express our disgust. So we support the team, but we also have to express our feelings because we're not going to support them blindly. We're not going to support no matter what. And that is why I said that yesterday we deal with the squad selection and we criticize the squad. But comes today now, it's a different day. It is time to rally around the team. So it's a twofold thing, Facebook user. We criticize, but we support because we have a brain. So I understand your position. We will continue to send positive energy to them. That's a good point. We should always send positive energy to them, but we have to criticize. Ronnie Ford, what are you doing, young man? I would critique the young men about their performances because out there on the field, it's a different experience based on the condition of the day. However, selectors need to pick without favor. No, they have to be criticized. That's their job. They choose it and they are the product. So we have to criticize them when they don't do well. And I'm telling you, we do not criticize our players as hard as the Indians, the English, the Australians, and the South Africa. What we do is baby to the criticism that those guys face, the Pakistanis. What we do, man, is what we do is nothing, is a drop in the bucket. How we criticize our players, we are decent about it. But check out those other countries. It's a serious, serious thing. Sunil, Mayer makes few runs against Zimbabwe, but he threw his wicket going for a 6. In one day, you need to drag match up to 50 overs. Even poor and King Mayers and useless Powell have not patience to carry on. I fully understand your point that you're making. Selwyn Mainland, how are you? With Hetmyer coming back, it would be nice to have Pooran in too. Yes, that's what I'm saying, that it would be good. It would be very good if we have those 4 batsmen in. And I will continue to say that I believe that Shimron Hetmyer is our best performing and most effective ODI batsman at this time in the West Indies team. Thank you all for being here. Please have a great day, and I will be doing a watch along for the second innings of the match tomorrow. May the West Indies beat India. That's our hope. It is not going to be easy. India is the overwhelming favorite, and we expect India to win. But as supporters of the West Indies, as the Facebook user said, let's rally around the team and provide good energy for them. Thank you all for being here. Have a great day. Slash a like on the video, click on the subscribe button, and remember, one win bet. God bless you all now. Thank you.